Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So welcome all of you to this session. There is something in the chat box. My voice is now audible. Okay, thank you. So I will always request that whenever you attend my classes, try at least to be available with your video. Unless there is any issue, there is any problem, you should. If you all remember, in the previous class, I spent a lot of time with you to talk about what important things that a student should do in order to improve the language overall. I guess some of you were present, right? So what are the things I had advised last time? Last time आपण मानको कौन करिया कहितली टिके कहिबे के मु आपनको एडवाइस करितली गोटे रेगुलर रीडिंग हैबिट डेवलप करिबा मु आपनको एडवाइस करितली that you should make a habit of making notes in the vocabulary record. I also told you that language develops when you read and write both. एमती किछिटा टिप्स मु आपनको देती. So welcome to the second session in week 0, where we are going to get introduced to grammar. So this will be an interactive session. आपण मान का सहित मु आलोचना करिबी, कथाबार्ता करिबी, आपण माने participate करिबी. Tapas, what do you understand of the term grammar? Grammar कहिले आपण कोन बुझ?
सर जो कौन सी सब्जेक्ट को बुझिबा पई ता बेसिक टाको ग्रामर को आजे.
अच्छा, आपण कहउचंती बेसिक टाको ग्रामर को आजे. आउ किछि बेटर टर्म, बेटर वे रे के एक्सप्लेन करिबे सत्य प्रकाश? What is grammar?
It's the same answer.
What is grammar? What's grammar? ओडिया रे कोन कहंती?
व्याकरण.
व्याकरण.
It is not vakya, no, it is actually व्याकरण.
हाँ, व्याकरण.
वाक्य माने परस्पर सहित कंडा तरीके युद्ध करछन्ते. Actually आजिकली लोक माने व्याकरण को भी व्याकरण करि सरछन्ती, no problem, but I would go against it. What do you mean by that? तार माने कोन? सुभश्वेता, what do you understand of the term grammar? Grammar कहिले कोन बुझे?
So the rules to write a
Okay, Subhasweta gives a very nice answer. She says these are some rules to write a sentence. You are correct. But from where did this rule start? What rules we should follow and what we shouldn't? Many times people say that in order to use the language well, grammar is not essential. Highly erroneous concept. We cannot really improve in one particular language without understanding its grammar fully. Why? I told you last time that in Sanskrit, we have a grammar, and that is called as Puspalata. What's the name of that grammar book? Anybody else remembers? Do you? Anybody else does remember? The name of the Sanskrit grammar book I told you is Ashtadhyayi. It was written by a sage. His name was Panini. Later on, the book was converted into a commentary, C-O-M-M-E-N-T-A-R-Y. Are you people holding your vocabulary copy with you? I had told you that in my online classes, you should always carry a copy with you. Copy like this, maybe. This copy is called as a vocabulary copy. So what's a vocabulary copy? A vocabulary copy is a copy where you are going to note down the words. Any new word that you come across during the class, that must be noted. If you are unsure of the spelling, आपण मते पचारते. किंतु words को note करिवे. पर्यंत मु दीटा नुआ word कहिसन. गोटे एबे कहिली commentary. Right? Okay. So what is a commentary? Commentary को ओडिया रे कहंती टीका. टीका किए बुझुचंती not that vaccine जोड़ा कांधरे दियन shoulder दियन टीका माने कौन when there is an original text and another author writes something on that is called as a commentary. Understand? Srimad Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna. Then Shankaracharya explains it. Then whatever Shankaracharya does, that is considered to be commentary. Understand? In the same manner, to the basic grammar book of Sanskrit, there was a commentator. His name was Maharshi Patanjali. And he wrote another book called as Mahabhashya. But this is about Sanskrit grammar. We are here to study about English grammar. English grammar is relatively a new grammar because this grammar got formulated in between 1350 to 1400, approximately around 1390. 1390 ख्रीष्टाब्द बेलको English grammar theory होता. But our grammar, I mean to say Sanskrit grammar, is really very old. Sanskrit grammar was used in the Vedic civilization. That means approximately 3,500 years back. But as Subhasweta pointed out, that grammar is a set of rules. I also have the same belief. What I will say, what is grammar? Grammar in any language is a set of conventional rules. Now, can anyone tell me what does it mean by the term conventional? C-O-N-V-E-N-T-I-O-N-A-L, conventional. What do you mean by that? It's an adjective. The word conventional means paramparikam, traditional, going on for a long time, not without much change. Grammar in any language is a set of conventional rules that govern the speech formation for the purposes of clarity in understanding. A question I say, some people say that we don't need to focus on grammar. What do you say, Satya Prakash? अपन कौन भावंती ग्रामर ऊपर फोकस करिबा जरूरी ना नुहे
जरूरी
why
because ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ଜାଣିଲୁ କି language କୁ perfect ଭାବେ use କରିବା ଗଲେ grammar ଜାଣିବା ଦରକାର ମାନେ
okay I want to bring before you a term called dialect. Does anybody know what does it mean by dialect? Subhasweta?
Sir, उपभाषा.
Okay, can you explain what does this mean? ठीक है, explain करन तो ओडिया रे कोन तो किछ असुविधा नहीं. We need to understand first. Language comes later. The term dialect, जोटा पुष्पलता कहउचंती होची उपभाषा, केही केही ताकू लोक भाषा भी कहंती, is a type of speech, is a type of language that is used by people in general and it is taught by hear and say. एगुड़िक एभली भाषा जोगुड़िक सुनी करिकी कहिकी लोकमाने सिखंती. And many of the dialects are prevalent in many parts of India. For example, Odisha re amar bhasha hochi Odia. And Odia is what? M-I-L? M-I-L ra full form?
Sir, modern Indian language.
Much, at least you remember this one. Modern Indian languages. But before it became a modern Indian language, it was spoken by the people. Lokamane kohutile, anyamane sunutile. And in this process, they were learning the language. This is called as a dialect. A dialect, when gets grammar, it becomes a language. So what is a language? A dialect plus grammar is a language. ଯେତେବେଳେ କୌଣସି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରାନ୍ତୀୟ ଭାଷାକୁ ବ୍ୟାକରଣ ମିଳେ ସେତେବେଳେ ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଭାଷାରେ ପରିଣତ ହୁଏ. We call it as a refined language, perfected language, Sanskrit bhasha. That means grammar is fundamental to everything. Now you know There is a specific tribal dialect called Santali. Sunchanti Santali? Santali?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
यूज करती ए भाषाटी गोटे ट्राइबल ग्रुप अच्छंती जो माने ओडिशा छत्तीसगढ़ मध्य प्रदेश रे देखिबा को मिलंती वी कॉल देम सांताल्स ए सांताल माने जो भाषाटी को व्यवहार करुतिले ताको सांताली कहै छै दिस वाज अ डायलेक्ट लोक माने कहि की सुनि की ताको कहउतिले बट ग्रेजुअली किछि जण सांताली लोक कोन कले ताको ग्रामर देले व्याकरण देले व्याकरण देला परे it got converted into a language now it is a constitutionally approved language भारत रे केतेटा constitutionally approved language अछि संवैधानिक भाषा केतेटा अछि
सर 22 टा बोधे।
so now same is for Koshari is a type of dialect that is spoken in mostly western Odisha but Koshari grammar has to develop because a dialect western Odisha रो अलगा अलगा पार्ट रे अलगा अलगा प्रकार रे कहा जाए तापस समाई करेक्ट आपण वेस्टर्न ओडिशा को बिलोंग करो
yes sir
संबलपुर रो कोसली सुंदरगढ़ रो कोसली बरगढ़ रो कोसली और बलांगीर रो कोसली ये कौन समान था ना टिके टिके अलगा
ना
था
सर अलगा अलगा
राइट तो ये जो डिफरेंसेस आपण मार्क करूचंती इट इज बिकॉज एब्सेंस ऑफ अ प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर So what is grammar in other words? देखंतु मु कहितली week 0 रे मु आपन को बहुत गुडे फाउंडेशंस दे and week 1 रे आपन पढिबे किंतु एई गुडा का आपन को बुझिबा पई जरूरी because this is a vast subject मु पूरा पूरी linguistics आपन को पाख को आणुनी किंतु सेति के आणुची जति के आपन जानिबा दरकार grammar is a system and structure of a language ये गोटे भाषा को गोटे विधिबद्ध भाव रे प्रकाशित करिबा पई गोटे सिस्टम गोटे प्रणाली ता सहित एटा स्ट्रक्चर यूजुअली कंसिस्ट ऑफ सिंटैक्स मॉर्फोलॉजी फोनोलॉजी सेमांटिक्स एंड एटिमोलॉजी ए भली ग्रामर रो पांचटी अंग थाए व्याकरण रो पांचटी अंग थाए फर्स्ट वन वी विल फोकस इज कॉल्ड सेमांटिक्स व्हाट इज सेमांटिक्स सॉरी लेट अस बिगिन फ्रॉम सिंटैक्स Syntax is a term used in linguistics. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by linguistics? ये जो linguistics शब्द रो माने कौन? Linguistics refers to a systematic study of a language. It's a noun. It's a noun. कौनसी भाषा को विधिबद्ध भावरे पढ़िबा सेई पाठटी को सेई विषयटी को linguistics कहा जाए Understand? So, syntax is a term used in linguistics to study how words and morphemes combine to form larger units such as phrases and sentences. You know that we have words. ओडिया रे ताको कौन कहा जाए हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं इसे शब्द कहते हैं राइट और शब्द के साथ जब बाकी छोटी छोटी चीजें जुड़ जाए उसे हम क्या कहते हैं तको हमें ओडिया रे कहू पद यस और नो शब्द और पद भीतर डिफरेंस बुझचंदी तो यस और नो जेमिति तुम्हें शब्द तुम्हारा पद राइट जहा शब्द जहा ठारू होची पद so whatever you get as shabda in Odia or Hindi same in English is called as word and whatever you call to be pada that is same in English called as morphemes so syntax teaches you how these words and morphemes combine together to make larger units called as phrases and sentences. What do you mean by a phrase? Can anyone say? What is a phrase? No. A group of words which have a meaning but do not have a complete meaning are called a phrase. Group of words that have a meaning but not a complete meaning Okay, for example, Satyaprakash,
Yes, sir.
I am showing you a notebook. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Who kahibi a notebook from the market. A notebook from the market. Is it one word or many words?
Many words.
A notebook from the
From
market.
huh.
But does it give a complete idea?
No, sir.
You demand, sir, then what? ठीक अच्छे जे sir, notebook from the market कौन? तो मु जदि कहिबी I bought a notebook from the market. Now it has a complete meaning. So a group of words that have a meaning but don't have a complete meaning are called as a phrase. So how words should be combined to make a phrase, how they should be combined to make a sentence, this is covered under syntax. And there are rules also. There are rules regarding what type of verb will match with what type of auxiliary, co form baseba, co auxiliary baseba, co subject sahita kon baseba. These are rules. But if we change the syntax, the meaning will change. For example, Batman fights crime. What is the meaning of the sentence? Batman criminals ka sahita, crime sahita fight kare. But if I change crime fights Batman, what do you mean? Criminals mane Batman sahita fighting karante. So in first sentence, Batman begins the fight. In the second, the criminals begin the fight. I hope you understand. So the meaning entirely changes. Syntax plays a very important role in constructing meaningful sentences. Everybody understands till now? Okay. So shall I move further, Agujiba?
Yes, sir.
Grammar also includes another important dimension called as morphology. This word morphology is also found in science. Morphology is the study of external structure of your body. All this is under morphology, but that's not what we are talking about. Morphology in grammar is a branch of linguistics that deals with the structure of words, how the words are formed, and how they get converted into morpheme. I have already told you that morpheme is a bigger unit than the word. And how do you do that? Instead of standing alone, words get combined with certain more letters. Some of them are called as suffix. Suffix comes after the word. Some of them are called as prefix. Prefix comes before the word. Example, my root word is comfort, and I added able to that to make comfortable. So comfortable has able as a suffix. Able as a suffix. Now I took the word comfortable, I attached un before it. So it would be called as a prefix, uncomfortable. So the final word comes uncomfortable. So morphology deals with how you attach new letters to the root words or the base words so that you can create new forms of the word. This is also very, very important in grammar. ये ग्रामर रे बहुत इंपोर्टेंट रोल प्ले करे कौनसी भी भाषार ग्रामर नियंतु ना काहे फॉर एग्जांपल मु आपनको गोटे ओडिया शब्द कहूची सुंदर कहंतु एटा को प्रकार रा वर्ड इज इट अ नाउन एडजेक्टिव एडवर्ब और वर्ब अन्य बाटरे एटा विशेष्य विशेषण ना क्रिया सुंदर
Sir, এটা বিশেষণ
yes
adjective.
it's an adjective. But from that word Sundara, I can make new words by applying morphology. Jemtiki, Sundarja, Sundarata. right? सौंदर्यीकरण, सौंदर्यपूर्ण, सुंदरी, आपण नुआ नुआ वर्ड वर्तमान पाउछंती. It is because we are applying certain morphological principles from Odia grammar into the root word. समझते बुझिले? In the same manner, morphology deals with applying new rules to existing root words. Morphology is a very important part of lexicology. The word lexicology comes out of the root word lexicon. What is lexicon? Lexicon refers to a dictionary, a compilation of words. आमे जितेबेले गोटे भाषा कोश पाओ, गोटे अभिधान पाओ, we have a compilation of words. So lexicology is the branch or the study that deals with words along with their meanings and the usage. केमिति ताकू व्यवहार करा जाए, तार मीनिंग कौन, ए जो ब्रांच टिको आमे पढ़ो ताकू आमे lexicology कहो. You see that in a dictionary, whenever you pick up any word, you will get many other meaningful words closely connected with that root word. जोठी से root word थिबो ता सहित अनेक गुडिये शब्द meaningfully connected हेके थाए. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, let us understand what more. I hope you are noting down any new word. सबबड़े नुआ word को लिख लेके चले. Okay. So we have understood what more is there in grammar. Grammar also has a branch called phonology and phonetics. This is more required when you go for spoken English or spoken aspects of the language. जेतेबेले आपण कहिबे सेतेबेले phonology और phonetics रो importance बढ़ी जाए. Phonology is the study in under linguistics that deals with the function of speech sounds. The function of speech sound. Like when we apply any particular sound into any word, what type of function does it create? You may be thinking, sir, how sounds have a function? You can better way understand it with some example. Let us understand. When I say you will try to speak the sound. Some people will not be able to pronounce जेमती कि जो माने बाहरु आसिथांती हिंदी कहूथिबा लोक माने से माने ळ कहिबारे असुविधा फेस करंती. यस नो? तमे
Yes,
कहिबो
sir.
चाउळ, से माने कोन कहिबे? चाउल. नहीं, चाउल ल भी कहंदेनी, ल रे हलंत करके कहिबे. नहीं, चाउल या फिर चावल, जो कि उनका शब्द है. So ये this basic difference, why are not they able to produce l? This is studied under phonology. So we try to study these aspects under phonology. What is phonetics? Those of you who are into spoken English classes, you will learn basic phonetics. Phonetics teaches you how can you articulate sound. How do you say th, the, h, f, v, variety of sounds. ध्वनि को कोई बड़ी भावरे उच्चारण करा जाए ताको हमें phonetics बोली कहो. This is also a part of grammar, but it is a part of spoken grammar. Grammar also includes another branch called semantics. What is semantics? Semantics studies the meaning of the language. It involves the analysis of the words, phrases, sentences, even larger units of languages. जेतेबेले तुमे गोटे बड़ एसे पढुछ, आज मते गोटे स्टूडेंट फोन करके पचारले, सर मु बहुत थर अटेम्प्ट करूची रीडिंग, मोर सब बेले रीडिंग एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंशन रे ही भूल जाउछ. काहेकि आपनकर रीडिंग एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंशन रे भूल रोच because it is a semantic lacking. Semantics con. When you go for larger text or discourses, what do you mean by discourse? Discourse means a lengthy speech. Discourse माने होची गोटे लंबा भाषण. When you go to a text like an essay, like a long essay, or maybe a discourse, सेठी जो माने भाषाटी को व्यवहार करंती, they try to use it in various forms. So a deep analysis of what does the word mean, what does that phrase mean, what does the sentences mean is studied under semantics. समस्ते बुझी पाछंती किछि आइडिया पाइले what is semantics?
सर आउथर टिके बुझेबे.
I will explain with an example so that you can understand. For example, I take up a word called destination. Destination माने सत्य प्रकाश?
means one place माने गोटे हमें डेस्टिनेशन फिक्स करू जीबा पई राइट.
माने कोन समते कोछि डेस्टिनेशन फिक्स कर माने कोन
लक्ष्य स्थल.
लक्ष्य स्थल.
वेरी गुड. नाउ केही जणे कोन करिछि यूज करिछि लास्ट स्टॉप. ओके, नाउ लास्ट स्टॉप is taken from a bus journey, from a train journey, but using last stop also means destination. Okay, for example, where is your last stop means where is your destination. So now semantics tries to analyze कि ए phrase टा ए शब्दटार माने कोन हेइथाई पारे. बुझि परछो तो?
यस सर.
So semantics tries to analyze the subtle shades of the language and meaning. What do you mean by subtle? Adjective. S-U-B-T-L-E. Subtle means hidden, underlying, not very prominent. जो जिनस गुड़ाक prominent न थाए, clear न थाए, लुची करी की थाए, ताको हमें subtle बोली को. कौन सी जिनस पछरे जो लुकायित अर्थ गुड़िक थाए, ताको subtle meanings कहा जाए. Semantics tries to understand that. अनेक समय रे जते बड़े आपण idioms रो question करन. Idioms are nothing but they are semantics, right? सुनिथिबो ना many idioms. गोटे idiom अछि a gentleman at large माने कोन? बुझियोनी नहीं किंतु जदि अब तमे ट्रांसलेट करके बुझिया को चेष्टा करिवो भूल जगह रे पहुंचे. जेंटलमैन माने भद्र लोक, लार्ज माने कोन? बड़. सो तमे कहबो जेंटलमैन एट लार्ज मींस बड़ भद्र लोक. No dear. This means an unreliable person, untrustworthy person, जहा उपरे जम्मा विश्वास करी हबो नाही. ओडिया रे गोटे इडियम अछि इक्विवेलेंट. केही सुनिच कजळ पातिया भद्र लोक? केबे सुनी ना?
No, sir.
अच्छा, कजळ पातिया भद्र लोक एटा दीटा जगह रु आसीछि. कजळ पाती माने होची कळा रखा जाउथबा गोटे इट्स अ टाइप ऑफ यूटेंसिल. आगुरे तळे सुरमा कळा तयारी करथिले आखिरे जो कळा लगांती ताको गोटे कंटेनर रे रखुथिले. That was called kajal pati. And some gentlemen used to always carry it in their pockets. जते बेले दरकार पडुथिला आखिरे टिके सुरमा लगै दो. And these people did not have any work. आंको काम होची आ पाखरे पहुंचीबा ता पाखरे पहुंचीबा आ ताकु जायकी विभिन्न कथा कहिबा. जोडा को पुनी ओडिया रे कहा जाय ए घरे माउसी से घरे पिउसी. सुनिचो? हां. So they
Yes, sir.
keep right. So these are unreliable persons who try to be popular with everybody. Se samastamku santushta kariyaku chahanti. So in this way, tame gote idiom ku analyze kariki buchiyaku try karo. Ar meaning kon thai. So this is semantics. I hope everybody understand. The
Yes,
semantics
यस सर.
speak.
सर इडियम टा भी प्रॉवर्ब रे जीव ना जो रूढ़ी सेटा
हाँ.
भी तो हे परिबो.
There is a difference between idiom, proverb, everyday saying and expressions. ए चारटा भितरे सामान्य differences गुड़ाक अछि. Though they all come under one big group, called figurative language. जोठी हमें डायरेक्टली कोनसी कथाटा को न कहे कि टिके बुले की इंटरेस्टिंग करके कहिया को चेष्टा करू जेमति कि तुमे पिक्चर रु ही बुझी जीवो कोन मीन करूछ ताकू हमें idioms बोली को बुझिला तो अब proverbs और idioms भितर डिफरेंस कोन आमे ताकू डिटेल रे डिस्कशन करिबा परे shall I move ahead अब बुझिबा
Yes, sir.
so semantics could be of two types lexical semantic it refers to word meanings and word relations गोटे शब्द को आपण को भली भाबरे adjective रे कन्वर्ट करिवे adjective रो adverb केमति करिवे these are kept on lexical semantics while phrasal semantics are words phrases and sentences in addition to linguistics semantics has application in philosophy computer science and psychology केमिति म आपण को गोटे एग्जांपल देकी बुझोछि अनेक समय रे you find many words which have a semantic meaning good example dele better ho well what the hell jane ko कहला कोन कहला what the hell translate कले कोन नरक या तो किछि मीनिंग आसुची clear meaning asuni but what does this phrase indicate ara mane kon the person is dissatisfied jaha ta samne re achi taku neki se santushta na right so here we are talking about the psychological dimension of dissatisfaction with the help of a phrase samaste bujichanti bartam kemiti ara psychological dimension rahe there would be philosophical dimensions also for example Satya Prakash you are the brightest star in our family tame kon jolucha tame deru radiations guda ka baharuchi so what do you mean by that the brightest star ujjwal taraka kon bujla
means से तांका फैमिली रे बहुत ज्यादा माने फ्यूचर भलो अछि तारा means आगु गले ना करि पारे
okay but right now you are shining as a star that means you have a lot of achievements you are doing well everybody likes you everybody respects you we have a lot of hope of you so this is how it is applied in philosophy so when we talk about semantics it has a broad application today in computer science and artificial intelligence also तमे केबे भाबिछ कि अनेक गुडी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सॉफ्टवेयर तम कथा बुझी परंदिनी you ask them something they will give a different reply something which you don't need why because they don't have semantics तमे सब sci-fi movie रे देखिथिबो गोटे रोबोट को से गोटे इंस्ट्रक्शन दबो से रोबोट कहबो sorry I don't understand what does that mean what do you mean by saying एमदी गोटे रोबोटिक लैंग्वेज रे से पछरिबो because they don't understand the semantics behind it bujhila so semantics is a branch of English grammar so I hope you are taking care of the words shabda guda ko note korchandi now we shall go to the next part grammar may also include etymology sorry let me tell what is etymology the root of the words the formation of the words how did the root get created do you know the word grammar eta co word ru asichi the word grammar comes out of a root word called grammary grammary means learning that means something which helps you learn sethi pai amaro even india re vyakaran ku gote vedanga visay re padha hoto now there are several aspects of English language grammar joguda ko apna janiba darkar one is parts of speech verb adjective noun adverb preposition conjunction modifier etc you need to understand the various types of clauses independent clause dependent clause compound clause what do they mean like that you need to understand punctuation while writing comma semicolon parenthesis period koti konta ব্যবহার করা যায় and the mechanics of the language mechanics कहले बुझे जाए चलन भाषा केमती चले जेमती मु कहली semantics. Similarly, word order. जदि word order ठीक रे forget it. जदि punctuation भी ठीक न रहे बना word रा meaning बदल जी, sentence रा meaning बदल जी. Right? हाँ? चलो गुड एग्जांपल दो जी. It's very language is a very interesting thing for me. So I just want to give an example so that you can correlate with it. I just need to change my language. So I'm just writing an ODI sentence before you. Sorry, it's not writing ODI, it's becoming English. Chalo. So anyway, forget about it. So suppose I write an English sentence. ମୁଁ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ସ ଲେଖିଦେଲି. Who's a man waiting outside your brother? ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି କହେ ସେମିତି ଲେଖିଦେଲି. Right? Now, the problem is that here you should not put a comma. Here, it should be a question mark. And this one should be, is he your brother? So if I do not do that, and I just write it in the way, who's that man waiting outside, comma, your brother, this is wrong punctuation. It will not give a meaning. Apart from that, word order matters. How are you arranging the words? Sentence structure matters. So grammar is highly essential for a clear and effective communication. Incorrect grammar can cause confusion and changes the way you perceive anything. That's why you need to study grammar seriously. Now, in competitive exams, you are asked a type of grammar which is called a general English grammar. And what is general English grammar? General English grammar are some grammar questions that are taken from various areas with one objective: to test the candidate's understanding of the language in terms of skills on vocabulary and rules of communication. तीनोटी जिनस को टेस्ट करिबा पई आपण को जनरल इंग्लिश ग्रामर रो क्वेश्चन पचराछ. आपण केते दूर बुझंती, आपणकर शब्दर वोकैबुलरी रो स्किल कोन, आपण कम्युनिकेशन कला बेले ग्रामर रो रूल्स को केमिति व्यवहार कर. We at Open Circle have worked very hard to create some of the best of the grammar areas of general English that you need to learn. What are they? ता पूर्वरु आमे देखिबा कि कौन questions आपण variety of competitive exams रे पाई पार. Questions connected with noun. For example, okay, let us brush up a bit. जहाँ आपण पढिचंती टिके मने पड़. What do you understand by a noun? What's a noun? A noun is defined as a naming word, right? A word that is used to name something. Name anything in the world. That's a noun, right? So topics pachra jai pare if you are able to identify, find out the nouns. It is a part of vocabulary. Satya Prakash, Nisara English kona?
Where, sir, mustas,
Prana?
pimple,
ବ୍ରଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଶୁଖିଯାଏ ସେଥିରୁ ଯୋଉ ଧଳା ରଙ୍ଗର ଗୋଟେ ମଞ୍ଜି ଭଳିଆ ବାହାରି ଆସେ ତାକୁ କଣ କହନ୍ତି?
I don't know, sir.
So this is noun. All right. And questions are asked for different types of nouns to check your understanding of the word. तापर तार word होची comedon, COMEDON, comedon. Anyway, point here is that I may not know all the words. As a learner of the language, mu kon duniyar subject word janichi. Channa thaipan. That is why you will have to focus on as many nouns as possible in a list of 10,000 that we are going to supply. Ame apanku sabda dabu asanta classes kudaka. We use articles. Articles are called mini determiners. Nirdishta kariba pai jinsa gudako article ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛି. A and the could use kariba. Questions come from voices. गोटेको होची वाक्य आ गोटे होची वाच्य. डिफरेंस कोन? एक्टिव वॉइस को ओडिया रे कहंती कर्तृवाच्य और पैसिव वॉइस को
कर्मवाच्य
ले वाक्य कोन वाच्य कोन? या प्रथम थर पई भाबुचंती बहुत थर सुनी थी नो कि वाक्य refers to a sentence which is a complete expression of meaning, while vachya refers to the statement created by giving either the subject or the object more importance than the other. Sentence होची गोटे शब्द मानकर समाहार जहार गोटे परिपूर्ण अर्थ था किंतु वाच्य कहले बुझा जाए एभली एक सेंटेंस जहार जहा कर्ता किंबा कर्म को अधिक गुरुत्व देकी तैयारी करा जाए था. It is a manner of speaking. It is a manner of speaking sentence. जेमिति मु कहिबी she did the task and the task was done by her. ए दीटा को भितरे अर्थगत कोन किछि पार्थक्य अछि? Are they fundamentally different?
No.
मु कार ड्राइविंग करे मो द्वारा कार को ड्राइविंग करा जाए कोन किछि अलगा कथा कहउछ तमे?
No, sir.
But the way of expression, the manner of speaking changes. ताको में वाच्य बोली कहो. Voice. We have adverbs that describe verb. Sometimes questions come like cloze test. What is a cloze test? Here you will have a question where a part of the text is missing. Today I went to the gash and bought some sushi. I knew it was going to be very funny, but I forgot to put on dash and ended up with major sunburns. तो वर्तमान ये सेंटेंस टाको पढ़ी की आपण कहंतु. ओके केटु कोन बुझिले? एठी मु कोन शब्द बसैले अप्रोप्रिएट हबो? तो प्रथमे ता पई आपण को मानेटा बुझियो को पड़िबो. जो सुशी माने कोन? सुशी कोन?
It is a food name.
It's a food's name.
हाँ, yes, sir.
Very good. Made up of कोथि तयारी हुए? Mostly fish. माछरो. तो वर्तमान टिके गेस करो एठी मु कोन प्लेस कले सेंटेंस कंप्लीट हबो?
Market.
Shop, market or shop.
Okay, I went to the shop.
market.
Fish market is even better, right? And even
Yes.
I want to make it like I went to the seaside fish market and bought some sushi.
Yes, sir.
But are you going to get a fish from the market or are you going to get a sushi from market? Sushi is the name of a dish. It's not the name of a fish. ताले वर्तमान कहंतु आपण जो वर्ड टा प्रेस कले ठीक रहिला?
No.
And I would change it. Today I went to the seashore seashore restaurant and bought some sushi. I knew it was going to be very sunny, but I forgot to put on
My cap.
and ended with major sunburn. Cap न पिंधले sunburn ही जाए. Shall I say sunscreen lotion?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So closed
Sunscreen.
is a kind of test जोथरे आपणकर आउटलुक vocabulary आउ language use टाको टेस्ट करा जाए. बहुत जनकर क्लोज टेस्ट रे असुविधा हुए. से माने भाबी पारंतिनी ए जगह मु कोन बसेबी. ऑप्शन थाई कि मध्य बेले बेले कंफ्यूज्ड हे जा. You have direct and indirect speech. Already you know, जो मैं direct और reported speech बोली कहो. Sometimes in general grammar you get also questions based on filler. Filler identify करिया को चेष्टा करिया पड़ेगा. It कौन filler थिला? Filler is a part of this non-meaning part of the speech. आर कौन सी meaning न था? Non-functional part of the speech. लोगों माने व्यवहार करा. Gerund, infinitive and participle. These are concepts we are going to learn. It is verb ro bibhinna prakar form. Parafillers. Parafillers are sentences used to fill up the gap between statements of a paragraph. जेमिति आपण गोटिए सेंटेंस रो मझिरे गोटे वर्ड गैप पाउचंती, गोटे फ्रेज गैप पाउचंती, ठीक सेही भली बेले बेले गोटे गोटे सेंटेंस मिसिंग थिबो. आपण को खोजिया को पड़िबो एठी को सेंटेंस टा बसिले ए पैराटा कंप्लीट हबो. ताकू ए प्रकार रो क्वेश्चन को parafillers कहा जाए. बुझिले? You will get things like error spotting. Error spotting कहले बुझि अब जान छथि correct the errors. आपण spot करिवे कोठी भूल अछि, right? जेमिति he has been reading the book since 3 hours. Incorrect. The correct one should be he has been reading the book for 3 hours. ताहले कोन देटी since काटे कि मु for काहे कि कर. तो मो क्लास रे आपण एगुडा को सिखिबे. आपण घोसीबे. You need to understand the reason behind every correction. जो भूल को आपण करेक्ट करिवे काहे कि हला से रूल टाको बुझन. Remember, time has different ways of expression. गोटे होची period of time, गोटे होची marker of the time. मु सकाळ 6टा बेलू पढुची. तो marker of time 6टा, which is a particular time. तो मु कहबी since. मु सकाळ 6टा ठारू एपर्यंत विगत 3 घंटा हेलानी पढुची. जो 3 घंटा हेलानी is a duration. In case of duration, the proper preposition is for. 3 घंटा धरी. समझते बुझिले?
Yes, sir.
Reading comprehension also is an area which you have to appear as a test. Reading comprehension type of question रे आपण को अनेक question पचरा जिवो जोथरे कि आपण को गोटे पैसेज को बुझी भारत. And you have to answer the questions. बेले बेले subjective form रे मध्य आपण को आंसर करिवो को दरकार पड़ी पाए. You will get questions based on tenses and verbs. So verbs is a very important part of grammar. कौन सी भी ग्रामर रे एटा रोल प्ले करे तार क्वेश्चंस आसी पारे. Variety of verbs, transitive, intransitive, regular, irregular, finite, non-finite, under non-finite, the participles, the present participles, the past participles, the gerund, एमती verb रो different forms को आपण सिखिबे. Tenses and odd man out also questions come. So इतरे हमें present tense, past tense, future tense किंबा modal associated question को base करके error spotting, correcting the error, choosing the right sentence in the questions गुड़ाक आपण को पचरा जाई पाए. What else? You may get questions based on prefix and suffix, synonyms and antonyms. You may get questions based on misspelling. कोटा ठीक, mischief na mischief, fulfill na fulfill. You get questions based on tense and the aspects. गोटे होची rule of the tense, गोटे होची aspect of the tense. एथरो भी प्रश्न आसी पाए. You may get questions based on conjunction and, but, while, like. There could be parajumbles. A parajumble रे अपन को चारि पांचटा sentence दिया जाइथिबो. प्रथम sentence और last sentence मझिरा पांचटा sentence को उल्टी पुल्टी लिखा हैथिबो. अपन को से jumble टाको solve करिबार था. You may also get word jumbles. Phrasal verbs. जेमति कि जदि मु कहिबी I turned down the opportunity. मु opportunity टाको turn down कली माने को reject कर. Right? Did he ask you out for the dinner party? Ask you out. So in the phrasal or prepositional verbs को अपन सीखिबा दरकार. Word swapping. Different words in statement or paragraph would be swapped with each other. It would even more challenging work. एथे कौन करा जाए ई प्रकार रे question रे अपन word टाको तार जगह काढ़ी की most appropriate जगह को नेबे. For example, I give you a sentence for understanding. Just a moment. He draws all his sketches beautifully. এই जो sentence रे कौन भूल अछि टिके कहबे कि कौन improvement दरकार. ना ठीक अच्छे. किसी को ना दे. Actually ठीक नहीं. Now read. He beautifully draws all his sketches. Right?
Yes.
So quote a better achieve. First, second.
Second.
The second.
This type of questions are called as word swappings, where you have to rearrange the words and create the most appropriate sentence as used in the language. There could be questions based on subject and verb agreement. Singular jagare ko verb, plural jagare ko verb, quote hame use karibani. Questions based on sentence, sentence transformation, etc. तो ये जो variety of area अपन देखुचंदी जो थे विभिन्न exams रे question आसे plus some more like one word substitution. एथिरे अपन गोटे बड़ा phrase पई गोटे word देबे. It is a test of your vocabulary. You may have matching type of question, conditionals, idioms and phrases. For example, a piece of cake. What do you mean by a piece of cake? A very easy thing to do. Piece of cake. Right? A piece of cake. It's a very easy thing to do. Best of the both worlds. What do you mean by that? Means at least you are getting double benefits of the possibilities. That means you may get something very, very good and something so-so or not so good. This is a phrase. Emti apanunku anek gudiye idioms of phrases madhya padi pare. So how are we going to move ahead with our journey? Ame ee jo jinsa gudako kemti padiba. We have a 5-step approach. So our preparation strategy for English improvement course would be step 1, understand the concepts. Jahata bhi apana padhibe, tara pura puri concept taku thoroughly bujhibe. Second, you will have to practice. Once you have learned the rules, apana taku apply kariki bahut gude questions ko solve kare. And at a regular interval, apana gote assessment test devel, which would be moreover summative in nature. Or per samaya gala pare, setike area ru jo important idea guda ka apana mane rakhiba darkar, tara gote test devel. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ ଏମିତି ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ କରିବେ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଗୁଡାକ appear କରିବେ ଏମିତି ଅନେକ ଗୁଡିଏ क्वेश्चन आसीबो डायमेंशन आसीबो जो गुडा का आपण बुझी न थाई पर तो ताको बुझीबा को मध्य आपण को पड़िबो आपण बारंबार पचारिबा दरकार काहे की केमिति कोन पई काहे की हैला ए जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग of the use and the deviation both are very vital. Remain organized with your notes and records. आपण specific copy करिवे मु जेमति कहली गोटे vocabulary copy से भली आपनकर गोटे grammar copy रही. In this grammar copy whatever rules you learn ताको आपण तार नुआ नुआ point को note करी करी चले. And you have to arrange them more organized कथा सेति पई भी कहि. So चेष्टा करंतु आपण निजर रूल्स गुडा को सजाडी की रखि इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन गुडा को ऑर्गेनाइज करिवे केमति करिवे मु आसंता समय रे कहिबे विल हेल्प यू. Last but fifth point would be to revise and assess yourself periodically. जाडा पढुतिबे ताको बारंबार बारंबार रिवाइज करिवे. Our assessment test them. Lastly, enjoy the process. गोटे कोन बड़ जिंस पढ़िबार अछि या भाबी कि वरीड हे जा सेति पई मु आपन को कहूची कि आपण हेल्दी हैबिट तयारी करंतु. लास्ट टाइम मु कहली आपण कोन करिवे आपण रीडिंग क्लब जॉइन करंतु. GYPPC रो ओपन सर्कल रो रीडिंग क्लब अछि. आपण रीडिंग क्लब रे जॉइन करिकि नुवा नुवा बही पढन. इंग्लिश नॉवेल्स गुडा को पढंतु किबा सुनंतु. Whatever grammar you are learning, try to speak sentences. ताको व्यवहार करके गपंतु. एमती काम गुडी को आपण कले आपण को एटा बेसी व्यस्त लागिबनी. Slowly and steadily you will learn. So that is all I wanted to talk today. Has anybody got any questions on this? आपण का जो next week रो classes रहिबो class would be a combination. गोटे पार्ट रे आपण किछि लर्न करिवे आ गोटे पार्ट रे ताकु नेकी गोटे असेसमेंट. मु सब जिंस आपण को लाइव क्लास रे न कहि पारे. मु आपण को किछिटा सपोर्टिव वीडियो लेक्चर भी दे. फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज आपण को टेंस रो रूल्स पढिबार अछि. एथरे मोर लाइव इंटरैक्शन दरकार नै. आपण टेंस रूल टाको थरे बुझी गले आपण आराम रे बुझी पारे. तेनु एई लाइव वीडियो गुडा को किबा जहा भी वीडियो लेक्चर्स मु आपण को देबी ताको आपण निजे निजे कवर करिवे. क्लास रे हमें इंटरैक्शन करिवे हमें डिस्कस करिवे. मु आपण को क्वेश्चंस पचरिबे आपण आंसर्स दे. आउ जो टेस्ट गुडा को हमें अपीयर करिबा से टेस्ट रो क्वेश्चन को भी डिस्कस करिवे. सबु बेले आपण को ग्रामर रूल बुक और वोकैबुलरी नोटबुक दीटा को आपण को एई क्लास रे पक्का रहिबा दरकार. Is it clear to everybody?
Sir, grammar rule book.
Yes, sir.
मु आपण को बहुत गुडे स्टडी मटेरियल देबी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ प्रिंट आउट. किंतु कहिला बेले पढिला बेले अनेक गुडे नुवा नुवा रूल्स भी कहि छी जो गुडा को मॉडर्न ग्रामर रे यूज करा छ. तो सेई गुडा को जदी आपण नोट न करिवे यू विल फॉरगेट. Otherwise you will have to watch the entire video again. पुन थरे बस के आपण को वीडियो को देखियो पड़े. Waste of time, right? Any other question, anybody? No questions? Chalo फिर. Thank you so much for joining the class today. We shall meet again. Have a good time. Tata.